Mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Sure, go for it.
So why are you guys out here today?
I'm out here in order to show a perky response to fascism.
Okay, and this fascism is from...
Well, I think it's from the police state, and I think it's also a bunch of entitled people who feel that they should have the right to prevent immigrants from living here safely, black people from living here safely, trans people, queer people from living here safely.
What's being done, like, in specific to that?
Well, specifically, there's been a lot of bills relating to immigration that have been trying to pass or being passed. There's been bills across the U.S. trying to prevent people from protesting, penalize them for protesting, which feels very anti-American to me.
And so how are these protests being penalized?
Well, I know Arizona was trying to pass a bill where they could seize your property for being at a protest. Not for doing anything at a protest, for being at a protest or being seen as desiring to be at a protest.
Wow. Okay, and you mentioned the police state before. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the police are here to defend capitalism, and I am against capitalism.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a... What's the alternative?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I think that capitalism is a multi-tiered institution that takes... Different people have different ways to fight against capitalism. For me, it's about withdrawing from the system as much as possible and doing community organizing and community support.
Okay. So I've seen a lot of first world countries with capitalism. So what would a system under something other than capitalism look like?
Oh, I mean, I think we're asking for utopias here, right, and ideals. Ideally, I'd like to see community support, mutual care, as opposed to going through a government system. So
it would be more collectivist then?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I'm a friendly anarchist, really.
And so,
I don't know that anarchy works, or socialism, or communism, or capitalism. I think they all end up being the same system. But, I think that capitalism funds a lot of really problematic things in terms of protecting marginalized people.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Why is today significant for this kind of protest? Like, what else is going on today?
Well, I mean, today it's about the March for Trump, right? And I think that Berkeley, in particular, is a very liberal town in a lot of ways. So having people, collecting to say that they support Trump and they support his actions and they support fascism, like I see signs about, sanctuary cities being banned. Those are things that I'm against. I'm against sanctuary cities being forbidden or not allowed. I think they're really important.
So you're pro-open borders then?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Final question. So is this like an organized thing? Is there like a student group for it? Or
No.
is it like...
No.
So there's like a, social media thing? Is that how it...
No, we don't have a social media presence. We're just a bunch of people who like wearing pastels.
But if somebody wanted to learn more about your... I wouldn't call it an organization, but...
Exactly, a disorganization.
If somebody wanted to learn more about that, where would they go?
Probably the media, because we've been doing a lot of interviews.
Well, I'm happy to help with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, one last question. What does the sign mean?
This is the anti-fascist symbol.
Okay. Let me get a shot at that. Thank you. Alright, well, I'm trying not to get my ass kicked here because there's more of them than there are of me. I have one pocket knife, but that's not going to do much against a horde of...